Welcome to Court Helicopter Explainer, where we are dealing with the offense in the Penal Code, obtaining by false pretense. Have you ever been obtained? Have people gotten money from you by pretending that they can do that? The police recruitment that has just ended. Were you cheated to give 300,000 shillings? That you'll get a letter to go to the police training college, prison training college, the army. 2, have you been obtained by depositing money to buy a car? And the guys don't bring the car. Have you been obtained that somebody is going to get you a job and you pay something? Have you ever been obtained that somebody is going to multiply your money? You give money, go and bring 10,000, we will multiply it to 20,000, and that money disappears. Have you ever been obtained? Fare? Has a woman told you, send me fare, I will come? She doesn't come. Is it an offense of obtaining? So we are looking at what is obtaining by false pretense. The law is clear. Section 3112, definition of false pretense. Any representation that is made, 1, by words, 2, by writing, 3, by conduct of a matter of fact, either in the past or in the present, which representation is false in fact, and which the person making it knows to be false or does not believe to be true, is a false pretense. Somebody telling you this, I'll get you employed as a police officer, as a policeman. He knows he has no power to employ, because it is the Inspector General of Police who employs. Anybody who obtains money by pretending that he has a car to sell, and yet he doesn't have that car, he knows it. That is what is the definition of false pretense. He knows it. He can represent it by word of mouth. He can send you a text message. How many people have been told that I have connections at State House? I know Oscar Sudi. I know Farouk Kibet. I know the president. You want a job? Bring 10 million. You get 10 million. You don't get anything. That he knows, the first thing he knows, he has no capacity to do that thing. 313. Now, obtaining by false pretenses. Any person who by any false pretense and with intent to defraud obtains from any other person anything capable of being stolen, or induces any other person to deliver to any person anything capable of being stolen, is guilty of a misdemeanor and is liable to imprisonment for 3 years. If anybody obtains from you, whether he obtains 100 million, the value of what is obtained is immaterial. The value of what was stolen is immaterial. The value of what was stolen from anywhere is immaterial. The penalty is 3 years. So, before you buy anything, before you do anything, Court Helicopter tells you, confirm whether that person telling you that story has capacity to deliver. Let me move further and advise. All government jobs are advertised on the website. Let nobody cheat you Because Article 232 of the Constitution, which we did, says that recruitment into public service should be open, transparent, and competitive. So don't be cheated that somebody can employ you in public service. Check adverts in the Public Service Commission website, in the land website, you'll get employments there. Do not be conned, because imagine you are buying a car. That car, you are buying that car. You have taken a loan from the bank. You have 10 million. Somebody obtains that 10 million from you, and he is only going to get 3 years. You are buying land. Somebody cheats you that this land is his. We did that when we dealt with the law on chapter 300. You get your 50 million. Somebody has told you he has land he's selling at Karen. You buy paper. You buy hot air. Obtaining by false pretense. Maximum penalty is 3 years. Why do you become vulnerable? Because you didn't know this. Go to public offices. 2, obtaining. Why are you paying land? You want to buy land and you want to pay, you are told pay cash. You want a scholarship. Gen Zs, you want to go to America. Then somebody is telling you, send me facilitation fee of 20,000. If it is a bursary, let them give you a full bursary. If it is a scholarship, you don't need to pay anything. Why are people obtaining? It's because of the level of ignorance. Court Helicopter has purposed to teach you, to bring you the law. Don't be obtained by false pretenses. If somebody tells you he can employ you at the police, tell him, escort me to the Inspector General of Police. I know him. He's called IG Kanja. I know the DCI. I work there. Don't be obtained by false pretenses. We proceed. Then we have obtaining execution of security by false pretense. Somebody forces you to execute a security by false pretense. He gets 3 years. Cheating. Do you know it's an offense to cheat? Let me read it for you. Section 315 of the Penal Code says, any person who by means of any fraudulent trick or device obtains from any other person anything capable of being stolen, or induces any other person to deliver to any person anything capable of being stolen, or to pay or deliver to any person any money or goods, or any greater sum of money or greater quantity of goods than he would have paid or delivered, but for such trick or device, is guilty of a misdemeanor and is liable to imprisonment for 3 years. Somebody cheats you. You deliver things. You are a small business guy. The president has given you 25,000 shillings to start a business through the Nyota program, the Gen Zs. Then somebody tells you, bring these 25,000 shillings, I'll supply you goods worth 100,000 shillings. You give him, he has nothing to supply. Cheating is a criminal offense. Today you know. If you have been cheated, you now know section 315 makes it a criminal offense. Tricks, the Abunwasi tricks, deceit, people cheat you. You believe they will do what they are telling you. If you deceit, if you cheat, we shall be dealing with the law of personation shortly. That is an offense. To cheat for the purpose of getting something. You'll go in for 3 years. 316, obtaining credit, etc. by false pretense. Have you, as somebody come to your shop, has somebody asked you for credit by falsely pretending they are able to pay? Have you received a text message by M-Pesa? Loan me 5,000 shillings, I'll pay at the end of the month. The end of the month comes, there's no payment. You're in a club taking a drink, then somebody tells you at the washroom, boss, nisaidie ngiri moja, sina fare, nitakulipa asubuhi. Has somebody ever told you, I have applied for loan, my child is out, please give me this money, I'll refund you? There's nothing that comes as a refund. Obtaining credit by false pretense. Section 316. What does it say? Any person who, in incurring any debt or liability, obtains credit by any false pretense, or by means of any other fraud, or with intent to defraud his creditors, or any of them, makes or causes to be made any gift, delivery, or transfer, or any charge on his property, or with intent to defraud his creditors, or any of them, conceals, sells, or removes any part of his property after or within 2 months before the date of any unsatisfied judgment or order for payment of money obtained against him, is guilty of a misdemeanor and is liable to imprisonment for 1 year. What does this mean? The Genesis. Anybody who has asked you money and you have sent them by M-Pesa, the number that you knew, he told you he'll pay you in a month's time. After 1 month, he changes the number and goes into another line. You trace this person, you can't get him. Walk to the DCI. Tell them you have come pursuant to court helicopters teaching you section 316 of the Penal Code, that man obtained, that woman obtained credit of 500 shillings, of 200 shillings, of 100 shillings, of 50 shillings from you by pretending that he will pay. He has disappeared. He has changed that his number. He'll be arrested and be charged that he obtained credit by falsely pretending that he is able to pay. It does not matter how much credit. Don't think 500 shillings is small money. Don't think 100 shillings is small money. That's a lot of money to you, because it was a lot of money when he borrowed from you. Bad checks. Bad checks. Have you ever been issued a bad check? What is the law about issuance of checks? 316A. Any person who draws or issues a check on an account is guilty of a misdemeanor if the person knows that the account has insufficient funds. It is an offense to issue a check and you know your account there's no money. 2, knows that the account has been closed. People give you checks to accounts that have been closed. C, that account has previously instructed the bank or other institution at which the account is held not to honor the check. The person issues you a check Immediately you leave his office, he calls the bank and says, don't honor that check. Young business people, that is the trick. You have supplied goods and the person has given you a check, but he instructs the bank, don't pay the check. Do you know that is a criminal offense? What does the law say? What are other felonies that you can do in the bank? If in section 316, if you take credit from a bank with an intent to defraud the bank, if you give documents in the bank and you know those documents are intended to obtain credit from the bank and they are wrong, if you are found, you'll go in for a felony and you'll be jailed for that. What is conspiracy to defraud? Section 317. If any person who conspires with another by deceit or any fraudulent means to effect the market price of anything publicly sold or to defraud the public or any person, whether a particular person or not, or to extort any property from any person, is guilty of a misdemeanor and will go in for 3 years. Freeze 18. Frauds on sale of mortgage property. If you are involved in a fraud in selling of the mortgage property, you will go in for 2 years. Fortune telling, very interesting. Fortune telling, section 319. Have you taken your money to a fortune teller? Have you gone to know whether your child will pass an exam and you are told pay something? Have you ever gone kwa muganga to double the money? Do you know it is a crime? Fortune telling, 319. Any person who for gain or reward undertakes to tell fortunes or pretends from his skill or knowledge in any occult science to discover where or in what manner anything supposed to have been stolen or lost may be found is guilty of a misdemeanor. Today you know. If you are telling people you have the power to fortune tell, they pay you. My friend, if you have been conned by those fortune tellers, muganga wa kutoka Tanzania, muganga wa kutoka Kitui, muganga wa kutoka Mazeras, muganga wa kutoka Muranga, muganga wa kutoka Bungoma, I can tell you your fortune in future. That fortune teller will go in for 3 years. Then we have obtaining registration by false pretense. You'll go in for 1 year, and if you false declaration on your passport, you'll go in for 3 years. We have brought it to you. You now know the law. Don't go kwa mganga wa kienyeji. We have told you the law. Keep watching Wakili Danstan Omari and Court Helicopter Explainer, always bringing it as it is. Wish you a fantastic happy new year as we keep you glued to Court Helicopter.